Hi, it's Cosmo and Wanda.
It's Cosmo and Wanda. That's right. We're just looking at these old sketch pads I have over here, and there's a little Cosmo and Wanda picture there. Look at that. I don't even know why I drew that.
I don't either.
There you go.
Well, because you always just draw.
Everybody, welcome to HARTbeat. Butch Hartman here with my beautiful wife, Julieann.
Hi.
We're here on Healing Journeys today, and we're here to talk about relationships and marriage. We're so excited you're here. Coming up in about, gosh, I think it's even less than a month now. What's the date today? The 13th? Our anniversary.
Oh, yes.
Is less than a month now.
I know.
And in less than a month, we'll be married for 30 years.
I know. I can't even believe it.
I've never looked older in my life. Hey, Lisa and Tyler are on, our two most amazing fans. You guys are the greatest. Thank you for being here. We're so glad you're here. And, you know, it's been a very exciting week, and we've gotten a lot done.
We're trying to figure out where the day went, because honestly,
do you guys have those kind of days where it goes by so quick you don't even know where it went?
So fast. And it's like, when the Bible talks about the days are evil because they're going by too fast. And I'm like, wait, how is this possible that it's like, because I just had a meeting at 4. I'm like, how is it possible that it's 4?
Wait, the Bible says the days are evil?
Yeah, doesn't it say that?
So let's make sure it says that. I mean,
did I say the days are evil?
I think I could be wrong. I don't know what she said. How was your week, everybody? Let us know what you did this week. We're glad to be here. Last week, we what did we talk about last week? I forget what we talked about last week, but we had a great week in the last 7 days. We've gotten a lot done. One thing we did that was fun. We have all these old. We have all these old cables hanging on our house.
Oh, this is
fun.
So fun.
Now, we've had our house for 20 years. We have all these old cables from 22 years from. Okay, that does not matter to the story at all. So we had all these cables hanging on our house. We're like, we should cut some of those cables off. Our contractor
on the side of the house that you can't really see.
Just ugly old wires. We start cutting wires because we, of course, know what we're doing. We cut our internet cable accidentally.
Not just in our house, but my mom's house. So no one had internet. No one could watch, because everything now is Apple TV, right? So
it was bad.
It's
Point
very
is,
hard.
It's been fixed, as you can tell.
But today was the day when everything got fixed. So
everything got fixed. But I mean, don't word to the wise, don't go out just cutting wires. But here's the good news. There were 11 wires, and 10 of them were okay to cut. The one that wasn't good to cut, we were morons and cut. Anyway, so the moral of the story is, don't do something you're not qualified to do. Unless you have advice and wisdom and someone telling you. How's everybody doing out there?
Yeah, no, but that's really true, though. I mean, honestly, we had no business going out there with our clippers. Clip, 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 clip. Yeah. And I was really excited.
We're trimming like they were hedges. We're like, oh, this will be great.
Well, what was exciting was, when you have those big, huge direct TV dishes. So we got rid of those, and that's what was fun. So we could pull down all those cables that went into that dish.
Yeah.
But the problem was so check this out. There is a door and leading to the garage, and on there, so imagine there's like 20 other cables.
The story's getting really long.
I know. But on the door, there was just 2. And I'm like, well, those need to be cut too. Well, one of those was the internet. Anyway.
So as we're talking today, the title is...
Well, I'm not done. I need to do my announcements.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead. Announcements are this. Come to North Carolina. Do you hear me?
North Carolina.
You need to start registering, because we only have 270 seats. We have 90 people signed up. It's in Charlotte, North Carolina. It is at
what's the church?
It's called Freedom Christian Center.
Okay.
Or Freedom Christian Church. And it's going to be awesome. And it's June 17th and 18th. It's going to be so much. It's going to be fun, but it's also going to be like so awesome.
Well, come to North Carolina, meaning come to the Healing Journeys today.
The in-person conference. And we've got Sophia's band, which is going to be so fun. And
still small worship.
Yep. And they play their hearts out. It's like a place where you're going to come and get healed and set free, for real, for sure. And then we have our 2 new speakers. Well, actually, We have Rola, who is actually from North Carolina, so she will be there speaking. And then we have also Colleen Iammarino is our Tuesday night teacher, and so it's 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. She's awesome. Please check her out. And all of our teachers are just amazing. So check them all out because they're great. And then this Saturday, we have a new healing journey. And it's a friend of ours that actually comes to our Bible study. And this is a woman that was sexually assaulted 5 years ago and just how she dealt with it. And I think you guys are really going to like it. And it's going to be awesome. So
Powerful story.
we've got some really great stuff coming up. And our guest speaker again is Racquel Bauman, the world's greatest assistant. So check her out because she's got such a fresh word and it's deep and it's tangible.
It's amazing for such a young person.
22.
Yeah, to have a word like that she has.
My word at 20. What was your word at 22?
I didn't have a word.
Mine was like party or something.
My word was, hey, yeah, exactly. Where's the next fun thing to do? That was my word. Hey, so listen, we have had a big long ramp up here. This is without any topic.
But they are with us. These people do not leave us, right? You guys love us.
We're so glad you're here, everybody. And listen, we're talking about today. When is the last time you said "I love you"? Is that the title? That's what we wrote down. We messed around with it.
Well, we were gonna do. I just called to say I love you. And then a few other.
Have you said those 3 words?
Yes, there was another song that was another reference.
We did.
Yeah, I just called to say I love you. And another one. But
anyway,
we were trying to be. We were just trying to be creative with the title.
Real quick, when's the last time you told your spouse you love them?
Well, and the question
when is the last time? And when is the last time your spouse told you that they love you?
And my other question is,
hello,
you, Edwards. I love you too.
I love you too.
But the question to everybody is, sometimes we just run out the door. Love you too. Love you, bye. Love you. But
let's stop there. Sometimes people don't even say that.
That's true.
Now, we don't really talk. I mean, listen, we do say it sometimes as a routine. We do. I think you and I.
But I do love you.
I love you too. And I do think we mean it when we say that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do. And
yeah, I know you do. But I don't. And the thing is, too, we're so secure. I mean, at least I'm on my end, speaking for me.
Are you secure in our marriage?
I am very secure. I don't need you to tell me that.
You're not going to get the 30-year itch?
I don't know. But no, of course not. But I don't have time to get a 30-year.
I know. Who has time to get a girlfriend?
Yeah, it's interesting when I hear of when I hear rumors of people that have, I don't know, had other
affairs.
Yeah. I go, who has time for that? I don't understand. But anyway, we'll get onto that later. But I do love you and I'm secure in it and I don't need it to be told to me all the time. However, it is nice when it is told because it does reaffirm. It's good for you to say it because it opens your heart. If it's hard for you to say I love you to your spouse, there's a reason for that. The reason is you have a heart that's getting stony. You have a heart that is probably, it might have been, let me ask you this too. Has it ever been easy to say I love you?
Yeah.
Have you even squeaked one out of there in your relationship at all ever?
I have heard of people talk that are our age that says, my parents I never heard my parents say I love you. Therefore, for me to say that to my wife, I really was never able to, or my husband. And I can't even imagine that, honestly. Just in the family that I was raised in, as Italians, we're very lovey towards each other. And we
really?
Oh, Italians are always hugging.
Your family?
Well, we yell at each other. Don't get me wrong. We yell at each other, but we also love each other.
Yeah, they do.
Like, I love you.
Yeah, it's really sweet and tender. You should see how beautiful it is.
No, but we do. I mean, I think because Italians tend to be a little more like physically emotional, not physically emotional, physically more. Well, I guess, yeah, kind of affectionate. I guess that's more the thing, to be more physically affectionate. What do you think?
I think you might.
Because I think
you might have a point there. I'm not Italian, but she is.
No, but when you first came in my family, I think you freaked out because everybody was hugging.
Not really. I didn't freak out. I was used to loudness because my family's very loud as well.
Yeah, but you were not used to everybody hugging 20 times before you leave.
That's true.
Yeah. So anyway,
I want to say that Romans 2:5 says, because of your hardness of heart, it says, because of your stubbornness and unrepentant heart, you are storing up wrath for yourself in the day of wrath and revelation of the righteous judgment of God. All of this stuff that you're holding on to that you refuse to let go of. I can't say I love you. That shows weakness. A lot of men think that saying I love you is a sign of weakness or a sign of not being strong or something. And it's not true.
Well,
I think it shows,
it
shows tremendous strength to say that I love you, because all you do, there's no defense against love. The word love, there's many different words, many different languages for that word. But the word love is a powerful word. You know, the Bible says in John 3:16 that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. We do things out of love. We experience things out of love, and we move our lives forward with love. You can see all of these. There's a million documentaries now and a million movies and studies where if someone isn't loved, if a baby isn't loved, a child, if a child isn't loved in the very early stages of their life, they turn into a different human being. Like you need that. That's why people you need to hold a baby and kiss them and let them know that they're welcome, because that human instinct, that need for love is so strong. So when we get older and we cut it off, there's a reason it gets cut off. What is the reason? What do you think the reason is?
Yeah. You know, on another note, I made Butch watch a couple episodes of Call the Midwife last night.
It's a show on Netflix called Call the Midwife.
Yeah. Has anybody seen it? Let's hear from you.
Yeah.
Anyway, talk about crying.
It's a good show.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Butch was like, excuse me, I didn't know that I was going to sit here and start crying. Like, you didn't tell
I wasn't
me
expecting it. Sometimes I'm okay, I'll cry right now, but I wasn't expecting to cry.
Well, the thing is that it was a baby that was really, the mom was a prostitute going out every night. She would leave the two little girls and then the baby to her. What do we think? He was like 10 years old.
Well, there were 4 children, all being watched by the older boy. And this is in the 1940s in London. They, of course, had no money. So the boy is out stealing food for the family while the 3 little girls are the baby and the 2 little girls are in the house by themselves. Just kind of gut wrenching.
So dirty.
It all ends up in a very happy situation, but I wasn't ready to watch that.
But the reason why I was even talking about it is that, you know, that still happens today. And there's something about when you tell somebody you love them that they react to it, right? It's like there's a dog down the street from us. Did I show you this picture last week? Oh my gosh, I have to show everybody.
There is a dog that Julieann has unofficially adopted. And the dog's name,
hold on,
get a good picture of her.
The dog's name is Ruby.
Ruby is so cute.
Yes. I don't have a
There's a couple. Dang. There's a picture. Show the one of Sophia. That's a good picture.
Sophia.
That's a good shot of the dog, though.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good shot of Sophia too, but like, you know.
Okay, hold on.
The thing is, she looks like a mop. This dog. She's looks like a Muppet.
She's so cute. One second.
Yeah.
Again. Well, this is her.
There's a thing called timing.
I know. This is her like.
Yeah, that's a pose of Ruby standing on her back.
So cute.
She's very big.
Yeah, and then she just makes me laugh.
Show them this picture right here. That's a good picture.
There was another one. I just don't know where it is. It's so weird. Okay, there's Ruby.
There she is.
There's Sophia.
Now, why are you showing us Ruby?
I'm showing you Ruby because she's stolen my heart. We have the same hair color too. But what I was going to say is that yesterday, well, the mother, the owner said to me that when you take her out to go potty, just tell her that how good she's doing and she'll go. And so I was like, okay. So I take her out. I'm like, Ruby, you're such a good girl. You're doing so good. And then she went potty for me. So now if you think about it, here's a dog and that's reacting to what I'm saying. So if I now say, you know, Ruby, I hate you. Right? Yeah. It's like how she's going to react. So on the way home yesterday, I was walking her home and I'm like, Ruby, I'm so sorry. I've got to take you home. I've got to, you know, go and do some things. And she just kept looking at me so sad. People and even animals respond to affection.
Everybody does.
They respond to no affection. Imagine that a newborn baby, like the baby in that show yesterday, that was so dirty, that had impetigo going up its face, didn't have anybody take care of it except for a 10-year-old.
This is a fictional show.
I know, fictional. Yeah, fictional. But show. As I was saying to my mom, she was like, "Oh no," and I said, "Mom," she was, "Well, at least it's a show," and I said, "Yeah, but this stuff is real life going on too, right here in our city," and that's a whole another show that breaks.
There's a lot of unloved people out there.
Yeah.
And your job as a Christian and also as a married person is to express love as much as you can. And if you wake up every day in your marriage being resentful and angry and thinking the grass is greener outside of your marriage and things like that, that's an issue you have to deal with, because you're not meant to think that way. You're not supposed to think that way. That is fear. If you think the grass is greener, it's because fear is getting in, because you're afraid you're missing something. And that's exactly what the
FOMO.
FOMO, fear of missing out. And by the way, we're not seeing a lot of comments, guys. Everybody, I'm glad we're riveting you with our amazing speaking, but give us some comments. How can you express love more to your friends and neighbors, and maybe even someone you're involved with? And also, do you react well to love when people show love to you? Do you like it, or is it embarrassing, or do you get uncomfortable when people show love? These are legitimate questions.
What do you do when your spouse says "I love you"?
Do you even know how to react to that? Has it been a long time since you've said it? And has it been a long time since they've said it? Let us know in the comments, because this is very important.
Yeah. Also too, if you look at someone like my mom that's been divorced or actually widowed for many years, and no man has told her that he loves her in a relationship, intimate relationship, in many years. And that, as a woman like lives and breathes for that.
Guys,
and it breaks
gentlemen,
my
are you
heart.
listening to this? This is true.
But it breaks my heart to know that, I mean, I can tell my mom I love her all day long, and I'm her daughter, and she's like, of course, thankful for it. But there's something about the husband, the man, when he hugs you and says, I love you, with all my heart, or whatever it is, that just makes a woman just, what we say, swoon, right? But it makes a woman just so like, wow, there's nothing better than that. So, but I don't know what I would do. Well, I wouldn't have been with someone like that. But I'm going to say, I don't know what I would do with someone that couldn't tell me that they loved me. And so we've got somebody here that's talking about,
Which one?
See.
This one?
No, let's see. Where was it? No. Oh, fear of being hurt.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, way up there. Okay, 1 sec.
And I understand.
Jacquelinda, fear of being hurt. And I completely get it. It is very fearful too. We don't want to be hurt, but
no, who does?
Because many of us have been hurt so much. It's like, why should I go through this again? And
see, I look at it this way. Until Jesus hurts me, I cannot even entertain saying that I'm hurt.
A lot of people can't get to that point just yet, though.
I know, but that might be a place because I couldn't have said that 5 or 6 years ago, 10 years ago. But I've gotten to the place where I say, you know what? I don't care what has tried to hurt me. Until Jesus hurts me, I am not going to allow this to offend me, to break my heart, to make me not want to love anymore. And that's what happens, especially with a woman, because she needs to be, she wants to be loved. She wants to be spoken great words over. She wants to be held. She wants to be, nurtured. Women, help me out there. So when a man doesn't do that, it's devastating. And I've watched that in my own family. When a man doesn't do that for you or do that with you, it could be very devastating because you feel like you don't even matter.
And men out there, if for some reason you're holding back the words I love you because you're super cool or you're super tough, or you're just, no one's going to tell me what, if you have an attitude like that, you aren't going to have anybody want to be around you. And where's that going to get you? I knew someone years ago, older man in my life, and it was always his way or the highway. And I would say, how's the highway looking? Because it never went his way, because nobody wanted to do it his way. But this person was so, I'm doing it my way. I'm doing it this way. And you know what? To heck with everybody else. And if no one wants to be around me, that's fine. Well, this person died a very miserable, sad person. And it was an important person in my life growing up. But it was one of those things where it didn't help this person at all. Had the person made a change, just a small change, it might have made a big difference in their lives.
I'm hearing reading some of the comments. It's like somebody might be difficult. it's not difficult for you to say words to your spouse. It's not difficult for you. Why do you care when you're not telling somebody that you love them and giving them a compliment because you're waiting for something great to come back? That's not why you do that. You give somebody a compliment, you tell them you love them because you love them. They may not be able to receive the love, but that doesn't stop you from telling them and expressing your love towards them. Because if you don't, then they won't. And if they won't, then you won't. Like, it makes no sense. One of you, needs to do that. What if that person was just, prayed and said, God, just send me one person that tells me that they love me, and I know that you're real, right? But you're going, well, I don't want to say I love the person because I don't want to have somebody think that they have something over me. And that might have been life or death for somebody. It could be that, really, it could be that crazy.
This person, Brian, says easier said than done, although this is a process, doesn't happen overnight. And you're exactly right. Brian is exactly right. However, a process has one thing it needs to be successful, and that is a starting point.
Yes.
You have to start the process. So yeah, even though it's a process, you've got to start it. And a lot of people won't even start the process. They won't even begin the process because they're afraid to. Well, I don't know how this is going to feel. And if we could just get out of our routines and our habits and try, I'm not talking about getting dressed in the morning, not that type of a routine. I'm talking about the routine of your mental state every day.
How you think.
Well, I'm mad every day because I'm being mistreated, or I'm this, and maybe there are people being mistreated. We're not discounting that. But what I'm saying is there's people out there that think they're being mistreated when in reality, the reality is probably not reflecting that so much. So why do you feel so mistreated? Why do you feel like you've been left out? Why do you feel like no one's listening to you? We need to look at that, and we need to see why. Maybe they're not listening. Maybe they're not listening to you because you're not fun to be around. Maybe you're not a pleasure to be around.
We have a saying that when you're like, why don't you, why are you not happy? Oh, I am happy. Well, then tell your face, because your face does not look happy. Your face looks miserable. And that's what I'm seeing. So that's what I'm receiving from you. So if you're really happy, then if you're happy and you know it, then clap your hands or something.
This is good. But I think the keeping no record of wrongs part of love is the hardest.
But why? What is the point of that?
Of keeping record?
Why? Yeah, you're going to be like 1, 2, 3, boom.
Well,
That's
here's why, blah, blah, blah. And listen, I was a master of that years ago. I would keep volumes of offenses and things that happened to me.
There.
Yeah, right.
And that does not,
right,
you know what? That really is unhealthy. Mm-hmm. It's unhealthy. And like I said, so if you are a Christian, then you understand love. If you're not a Christian, then raise your hand on here and we will lead you into the prayer so that you can become a Christian, if that's what you're choosing to do. Exactly. Because if you don't know how to love, then you don't know the Father. The Father is love. So you need to go in and start asking him, like, okay, Lord, I don't know love. I must not know you.
And we love him because he first loved us. He taught us love. Jesus is one of the first real, I guess if you want to call him a religious leader. He didn't believe in religion. He believed in relationship, and that's a whole other teaching.
Spiritual leader.
Yeah, but he was one of the first that didn't condemn people or make them feel guilty. As far, the Pharisees that Jesus condemned, as far as like he would call them a brood of vipers.
Yeah.
They taught a doctrine of guilt and shame, and if you didn't obey every single facet of the law exactly perfectly every day, you were going straight to hell. You were condemned. And that's what Jesus tried to turn people's minds away from that. It's like, no, don't listen to that. That was the way it used to be. That's the old wineskin. The new wineskin is a covenant with me, and I'm the way, the truth, and the life. L-I-F-E, life. He's the life. He's not the death. He is the life. And love comes out of life as well.
Yeah. So wouldn't you rather have love in your heart than have all this? Like if you were to take your heart out and examine it, right, on the table, what would you find in your heart? I really want you to think about that. If you took your heart out and literally cut it open and started opening it up and examining what was in it, would you see people in there? Would you see the people that did you wrong in there? Would you see things that you don't approve of, that you don't think is right? I tell you something, my mom and I have very, very deep conversations. and she still blames herself for not. What's crazy is this: she still blames herself for not giving my sisters and I the best life. Okay, even though I've got the best life.
And
now.
how old is your mom?
Right, my mom is 83. She'll be 84 in August. But why do, and I always ask her this, why do you do that to yourself? I'll be 60 years old here in what, 5 months?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. 60 years
I
old.
thought what I'm going to do for your birthday. That's the only thing.
Well, you better start thinking. But 60 years old and August. So we've got May, June, July, August. My God, 4 months. We have 4 months till I'm 60. And I say to my mom, and so whose fault is it if my life wasn't great? But my life is
fault,
great.
Basically.
Yes.
Fault.
No, but my life is great. I have the most amazing life ever. Right now, are you going to say, oh, so Julieann, you're saying everything is perfect? I didn't say that. I said I have an amazing life because that's what I believe I have, because we've worked hard in a relationship. We've worked hard in our business, and I have an amazing life. And the main reason why I have an amazing life is because we have a savior. It's not the things it's not the house, it's not the car. No. Our business is great, but it's not the business. It's what we have in Jesus, and then what we have together with our 2 girls. That's the most important thing. So, you got to really open up that heart and put it on the table and find out what is in there that blocks you from being able to
why is it so hard to get through to you is my one question. I'm saying this to myself, as a matter of fact.
Why was it hard for you in the beginning?
It was very hard for me in the beginning because I was not trained, and I'm not blaming the people that should have trained me at all. But as I became an adult and got older, I should have been willing to learn more quickly about how to deal with other people, especially when it came to being married. I needed to, be a more affectionate person. I needed to be more of a sensitive person, whereas I didn't know how to be. I really didn't. I would watch movies. I really learned how to be a man from watching movies because I left my home when I was 18 from Michigan, came out here, really okay, that guy did that in that movie, and that guy acted that way in that movie, and blah, blah, blah. And that's sort of where I learned that. And that's why movies and entertainment are so important, by the way.
What's Mr. Brady's name?
Mike Brady.
Mike Brady.
Yeah, Mike Brady.
The Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch, yeah. And I kept going, well, I know he was a sensitive guy. So I had a little bit of elements of all of them in me. But again, you never know where you're going to come out until your heart gets changed. And my heart got changed the day I accepted Christ.
Yeah.
We went to church that day. I didn't think I was going to accept Christ that day. And I did. And by the way, just because you accept Christ doesn't mean it's the walk is over. Jesus's intention for you isn't just your salvation, although that's a big part of it. His intention for you is your adulthood. He wants you to grow up and be a grown-up in the word, not a baby for the rest of your life. Don't drink just the milk, and you need solid food. Right. You need to be making other disciples just like you. If you're just going to be a little baby bird and feed the rest of your life like this, you're going to take anything anybody feeds you. And babies have zero control over their life. Like in that show we watched last night, that poor little baby just laid in that stroller until someone came along to help them. You don't want to be a baby. You want to be a grown-up. You want to be an adult in your relationship and make decisions and use what's in your heart to love other people, because you get that love back. You reap what you sow.
Absolutely. And I feel this way. Just keep asking yourself this question. Why wouldn't I tell my wife that I love her?
Right.
That is your wife. Remember, it says the 2 shall become one. So you are one flesh together.
Even if she never says it to you.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you want to become one flesh? Because if you don't, why did you get married? Like, what's the point of that? Like, do you just want to be single the rest of your life? Because you can be. But you decided to marry that person. Now you might be on your 40th year. You might be on your 10th year. You might be on your 3rd year. But you made a choice to marry, to spend the rest of your life with someone. And so you can't even say I love you, or you can't say it. I mean, I know that people say like, well, when you say it 20 times a day, it loses its meaning. No, it doesn't. When you say the word love, I don't think it just that when you say love, oh, I know I'm loved. I might be like, yeah, I know I'm loved. But at least it's an affirmation of saying, I am loved. I am loved. And I am loved by my husband. And I'm loved by my heavenly Father. And I'm loved by, whatever people. But don't be afraid to be loved, and don't be afraid to love. To be loved or be to be loved or love. It's pride.
Everybody writing this down.
Yeah, it's pride. No, I'm saying to love and to be loved.
Right.
If you're not able to allow yourself to be loved or to love, then you need to check your pride level, because pride goes before a fall. There's a lot of things about pride. I'm going to look up that meaning right now because there's another definition I wanted to give about pride. But you had a lot of pride.
Oh yeah, of course,
right?
I did. Yeah. Oh yeah, I still do on occasion. I mean, listen, I'm a man, I'm a human being, and all human beings have pride, including women, not just men. A lot of people have pride because they don't want to be told what to do. And when you don't want to let love into your heart, that's totally pride, because you're believing that you can do it better. That your hardened heart is better than a softened heart that's filled with love. You know what I mean? That is what a lot of us get confused about. It's like, well, I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody. I can do this all on my own. Well, there's probably a lot of things you can do on your own, but is that the ideal way you're supposed to live? That's my question.
Well, Proverbs 11:2 says, when pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. And
humility.
Yeah. And then I wanted to give you this, mydictionary.com, is pride a high or an inordinate opinion of one's own dignity.
Yeah, inordinate means just beyond belief.
Importance, merits, or superiority. The state of feeling or of being proud, of course. A becoming or dignified sense of what is due to oneself or one's position or character. So we know that, pride is no bueno at all, because that is not going to get you closer to the Lord. Matter of fact, that is going to push you away from the dinner table.
From everybody. Pride will push away from everybody, because it's your way. Again, I go back to that person I used to know. Your way or the highway, and how's that working out for you? By the way, how many years you're gonna pull that? By the way, I'm old enough now to have known a lot of people that have unfortunately passed away.
Yeah,
and I look at their lives. A lot of them had great lives. A lot of them were struggling in many different ways, and I've learned from both. And you can learn from both as well. We're not perfect either, neither one of us. We're doing our best to learn and to teach you guys. And we love you. We do. Haven't met a lot of you in person, but we have met a lot of you.
Trust me.
A lot of you are great people.
There's no reason why we are. The only reason we're doing this, because Butch and I can sit and talk without having a camera and letting everybody in on our personal life.
Right.
So we do it because God so loved the world. Well, we've got our hearts are positioned to love you and to want to help you. So whether you get anything from our own marriage, of our silliness, and we have fun on this channel too, about marriage, or, I would hope that you are, but just know that we love you and you are loved. If you are listening and watching Healing Journeys today, whether it's a podcast or this, or just a regular platform, know that you are loved. That is the only reason why we're doing this. All of us, not just one or two. Every teacher is here to teach and to impart love to you, that you never have to be in bondage again to fear and sickness and disease.
Amen. So guys, we're going to go. Have a great rest of your week. Tell those around you that you love them. Even if you don't feel like it or you're afraid to, say it. It's the first step. Like we talked about that process. It's the first step in the process, and you can do it.
Yeah, wait, hold on. I went this one. I like how honest and upfront you are. I was looking for a video about love yesterday on YouTube, and it just so happens I got notified of this post. So God definitely ordained that. Oh,
awesome!
I love
Very
that.
Cool. That's really cool, Jacquelinda. I hope I'm saying that.
We
properly.
have like a lot of we put down actually a lot of titles a couple months ago, and then sometimes God goes, "No, I want you to talk about this." And so, can you say that you love your spouse? Can you say that you love your fiance, your boyfriend, your girlfriend? Can you say that to them?
How about your parents?
Your parents? Can you say that to a stranger that you were sent to maybe pray for or just sent to have a conversation like, I'm here because I love you, because I love him, so I love you. I love the Lord, so I love you. And a lot of people are looking to be loved. So when you put that out there, you're going to get a lot of really great response. So I love you.
I love you too. Love you guys. We got to go. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.